Do another Heatseeker review here. This time it's for the artwork for chapter 31 of The Bridge. And the first artwork we get from faith-wolff is called A Meeting Between Queens. Now in this picture we get our old pal Chrysalis with her weird mushroomy fungus crown, and the pornified version of Legion from the Gamera series in the 90s, the middle movie, I believe. Right away, the thing that stands out most to me is the greeny lava thing that's flowing down the center left here, right from top to bottom. It's got the glow effect. Looks real nice, which leads me down to Chrysalis herself. Looks just like she does in the show. Very spot on. Not a flaw to be found. She's got a snarl going, which you can actually only kind of see. And then her eyes have sort of a weird thing going on, because the eye that's towards you is like a little slit and it looks like it's a little glossy. But the eye in the back looks a little clearer. The pupil's a little larger. Maybe that's what's going on with that. But and then moving on to, we have Legion, who appears to be a type of changeling herself, as we could tell by the see-through insecty-like wings. We got the long, slick-backed white mane, which leads into the upturned curls there, which is supposed to be a reference to the little claw things on the side of Legion's head, because Legion's like a big space beetle who took me like a decade to figure out what the fuck this kaiju actually looks like, because there's just so much going on. And the horn looks cool. I like the simple but slightly modified design of the horn. It's interesting. It's got the seam along the top. It looks like it might potentially open up like the monsters does in the movie. The eyes, it's got the light brown colored eyelid with the sky blue iris. Looks real nice. And okay, this one looks real good. There's really no flaws except for that kind of one weird thing going on with Chrysalis's eyes. Moving on. Alright, the next picture we get is called Sins of the Father. Now this one here, it kind of confused me a little at first, and I'll explain why in a second. But firstly, we see Godzilla Jr., who's absolutely all rage and fury on this picture. His eyes are all whited out, his mane is all lit up, and even his hooves are glowing white, which is to indicate to us, the viewer, that he's absolutely pulsating with power and about to lose his shit. He's got scars all over his body, because as we were told earlier in the story, that whenever Godzilla uses a lot of his power, it sort of pulls back on his body's continuing ability to heal those wounds, and so like old ones will manifest and show up again. So we got there a bunch of scratches and burns off and a bite or two, probably. And it's kind of not too much to tell about him, because so much of him is just glowing. And coming down to the lower middle of the picture, we have Zanilla, which and I knew it was supposed to be him, but I couldn't quite make out what I was looking at first, until I looked down to the sort of bottom center right, where you see those armor little platey things running up Zanilla's snout, and up to the broken horn with blood coming out of it, because it's broken and shattered. And what I can now tell is the top of his mane itself, with his left ear poking out a little bit on the center left of it. Uh, o- Overall, this is a very dynamic picture with a lot going on. For a very simple sort of display. How about that? I mean, there's a lot going on with Godzilla Jr. There's a lot of detail in this picture, yet it's pretty basic in that it's just one character looming over another. And then that's sort of simple premise. There's a lot going on in this one. It looks really cool. Junior's horn actually looks all right. I was gonna say it looks a little small, but I retract that because it's sort of a forced perspective thing here with the way he's looking at us. And okay, the last new picture we get for chapter 31 is called the Extinction Hour. And oh my, isn't this an interesting picture? Most noticeable to me was the top left. We got the big red eye of Began, which makes me think he has really, really serious pink eye. Someone fired on his pillow. In the sort of midground, we've got the just a wall of flames, just total destruction and fire and ruin. And of course, on the bottom outlined in black, but very faintly, he can see her neck, is Changeling Queen Mothra Leah, and she's of course very what's the word I want? Very alarmed, panicked, sad, terrified, mortified. No, not mortified. Uh, yeah, I suppose terrified and grief stricken because she's seeing these horrible visions of the past. And then looking again, how do you think this thing sticking up on the left side here is a Batra wing? I think that's what that is, a burned up, desiccated Batra wing that's been just mauled to pieces by Began in the course of his destruction. There's something off to the right above Mothra's wing. Looks like a claw reaching up, but I think that's probably just a tree. And there's something directly behind her head, behind her neck rather, but obviously that's all blotted out and we really can't tell. But Mothra herself is mostly black with the few with the white for her eyes and mouth and outline to show the expression. And it's very simple. This is a dream sequence picture, and so what Faith has done before has given kind of a grainy texture to make it look like not like clear but a little foggy, because this is a vision here that she's seeing in Zanilla's mind, and she looks like she's seriously regretting that about now, and she's probably gonna need quite a few tissues to deal with this. Of course, as we know in the story, this is what she has a serious fit when she comes out of this, and Zanilla tries to comfort her, only for Godzilla Jr. to come in at the worst time without context and proceed to batter him senselessly. So yeah, this was a very interesting selection of pictures of this chapter. Another fantastic job by faith-wolff. Too bad. It's also too bad she's in service to doing big scenes like this for the bridge virtually in perpetuity. Mm. All right then, onward we go. Thanks for watching.